Yo, episode 55, Encore Podcast. We back. I'm here with my guy, Cruz.
What's up, Faja? How you doing, bro? So we here today with SavTheGenius, repping Yonkers, New York.
Fucking
Yo,
artist, producer, engineer. Great to have you, bro. How you feeling?
What's good, man? I'm feeling good. How y'all feeling?
Pretty good, man. Thank you for asking. A lot of guests don't ask how we're doing, so it's good to, I'm
It's crazy.
Used to
It's
answering.
I feel like every interview I get,
25%.
every interview I do something different. Like people, I didn't do it this time, but I definitely got you. I gave out merch on my last interview.
Okay, bet.
And then like now you saying I introduce myself, ask how y'all doing. That's a new thing. So I'm trying to keep it new every interview.
Yeah, that's super dope that you get it. You try to keep yourself like as a fresh, what when you come into the room, what do you want to be like remembered by or as?
Honestly, I just want everybody to say, yo, he's dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want anything negative to really come out of the conversations or just any impressions that I make. I really want to make that impression like, yo, that kid was dope. Like, who is that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
He's cool.
For sure.
You're not trying to be too tough.
Not trying to be too much. Like, I'm not trying to do anything too crazy. I just want to just be looked at as a kid that's super dope.
Like, those events where it's like everybody in their own corners of the room standing there, not talking to anybody, arms folded. Yeah, that's not. That's not.
Sometimes, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes you gotta keep your arm on shoulder. You gotta let people know what's going on and like kind of assess the situation. Like, you can't really be all like, hey, what's up, man? You know,
really? Wait, that's actually me. Can you give me some perspective on why I shouldn't be? Because that is definitely me, bro. I walk in, I'm always trying to be on that energy.
Nah, because I just feel like a lot of times in my life, like I kind of was that person that was like, yo, what's good? What up, man? What's going on? And people kind of like standoffish, so you just kind of like get the wrong impression, especially at a party. So like I kind of like learn, especially as a person from New York, I kind of learned to just be on your like swole. Like, sometimes you got to just like chill and relax back and just catch the vibe real quick. Then when something happens or you get into the vibe, then you can start like expressing yourself and doing what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Shit. Well, on the networking tip too. I mean, we met in person at
an event.
But
that's a crazy thing. We met. I was on my swole in the corner. You was on your swole. Like, yo, what up? Like,
and I came over. I was like, hey, what's up, bro? How you doing?
That's what I'm saying. You play the corner. You just get your corner. You just chill, man. Sometimes you gotta just observe and just allow things to happen.
Are there things that you see people do at the events like those that are just like, holy shit, bro? Like, goddamn,
shit, man. I'm usually the guy that's like, holy shit, man. Goddamn, what did he do? So I don't know. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't really think of anything that I've seen at an event like that people just like crazy. I feel like it's always me. Like I'm always the guy that's trying to like break the ice or like, you know what I'm saying? Or trying to just make people feel as comfortable as possible. Like whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I could feel that about you when I first met you. It definitely felt like very genuine energy for sure.
Yeah, man, 100%.
Yeah, something you said before that stuck out to me is you said sometimes when you go to podcasts, you like to bring the guests merch, like merch. Yeah, so I think that's interesting, because a lot of people in general like won't really see the value in that because
was that your way of asking for merch?
No, I was using it as a no.
Like my next question would be like, yo, what's your size, man?
No, that's all right. My size, I'm a large, but anyways.
I got you.
You're a large?
More merch coming soon.
I'm trying to wear a little oversized now. Why?
I don't like that oversized shit, bro.
Yeah, that's okay. But my question, I was tying that in to ask you, why do you choose to do that? Like, why do you feel value in coming out of your pocket to give somebody else your merch?
Well, I think keepsake is really important, especially when you're trying to like build a fan base and try to build a rapport with someone. Because you ever like somebody ever just come into your house and they just give you a gift, it just feels that much more welcoming. Yeah. And you kind of go home with it and like whenever it comes time to like throw it away, you're like, nah, I can't throw that away because like this guy gave that to me. I remember that day. Like you kind of just, it helps you remember that moment. Mm-hmm. So that's what I kind of do merch for, just allow people to just remember me and just like enjoy the music and enjoy everything that we're putting out. Cause it's just really just about just giving them that keepsake so that they feel a part of our team and what we're doing.
That's powerful.
That's a great answer, and I had a feeling you were gonna give me that, so that's why I brought it up again. So yeah, but next time,
hey man. After the show, man. I got a couple sides.
Yeah, we're gonna move on from that. So Sav today is an artist, a producer, and an engineer. He wears a lot of hats, but he does them all well. So, what did you start with?
I started engineering first.
Okay.
Engineering and being an artist was at the same time because I didn't know what an engineer was.
Okay.
So basically, when I started doing the music thing, I thought you had to record yourself. I watched this Lil Wayne video one time. He was doing like the Carter 3, and he was like recording himself in the hotel room. Yeah. So I thought that was a vibe. Like I thought, like, you know what I'm saying, you record yourself and then you get somebody else to work on it or produce or whatever. So I didn't really know that vibes, but I didn't know that like in Keen, like I was kind of just teaching myself 2 different traits at the same time. Well, kind of like a couple different traits. 'Cause I was writing, you know, producing. As far as like producing, as far as like putting the song together, and then also just like, you know, engineering, getting the levels right, getting my vocals to sound good. So it's a great journey.
That's dope. Also, like I know, like, because when I used to produce heavy, I always had this conversation or seen this debate, especially on like shout out Producer Ground. I love everything they do, but I've seen this on their page a couple of times. Like, your artists will be like, or was it Producer Grind? I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But artists will be like, yo, I got it so hard, bro. I got to do this. I got to pay for beats. I got to pay for mixes, da-da-da-da. And producers be like, yo, I got it hard. Artists trying to take advantage, da-da-da, da-da-da. So in your experience, right, you artist, producer, and engineer, which one do you feel like is the hardest?
I feel like definitely being an artist is the hardest. Yeah, you kind of got to, everything kind of falls back to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Producers make beats for the artists. Engineers record the song that the producer made the beat to for the artist. So it always goes back to the artist. Without the artist is the heart of everything. So without that artist, it's kind of the other hats don't really get to shine the way they want to as far as music goes.
Type shit.
Yeah.
Has that been the most difficult for you, Sue?
Or being an artist?
Yeah.
Nah, dog. Hell no.
Okay.
I feel like being an artist was the naturalist for me because of like we were talking about how genuine of a person I am and how inviting of a person I am. It was easy for me to kind of captivate that energy of being an artist because like my whole life I just been on that type of vibe, like getting everybody to feel good, like, you know what I'm saying? So the hardest thing for me, if y'all want to know the answer to that question, was being an engineer, because there's always something new and there's always like a level of excellence that you want to just reach and just be way better. Like I thought my mixes sounded great 2 years ago, and compared to like now, it's like, bro, I
listen to my old beats and a part of me dies.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like so, being a producer is I always been comfortable because it's like the biggest form of collaboration. So like I always work well with people. So like building something with somebody was always like easiest for me. But as a producer, it's always the same thing, kind of like engineering. Like, you know, you always want to just be better than yesterday.
Yes, sir. That's
definitely. So out of those 3, which of those has gotten you in the most rooms or just like made you be able to connect with people the most? Yeah?
Engineering for sure. Because everybody needs an engineer.
Yeah.
Facts.
And a good engineer at that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to really just like connect with someone that knows your sound and as well has good customer service and as well just has good people skills. Like most people just be like, all right, cool, this is good, and just record it and let
just hit 3 on the keypad.
You already know the cookies. At least they know that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
what percent of engineers are good engineers?
Yeah, that
what
makes sense.
percent?
Yeah.
You can't ask me. I'm the wrong person to ask because I only engineer myself. And people always say I'm good, so I'm not part of the bad percentage. So
that's
crazy.
I don't really keep track. I just try to focus on what I'm doing.
Yeah. So how do you approach giving feedback to artists that you work with?
People always ask me that question, and I feel like the best thing for you to do is always find what's good about the art, because the wackest songs always has something good about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? The lyrics might be whack, but his voice might be good. So be like, yo, I like your delivery, but you know, like, let's try to work on some lyrics, or even try to throw them some ideas. Like, you know what I'm saying?
As an artist, that's awesome that you're obviously able to contribute to that. So, and like songwriting, right? Like,
100%. And I think like as far as that, like helping artists, I think like my brothers always told me one thing, like if you're gonna make a suggestion, you have to make another suggestion that's even better, or there's no point in making that suggestion, because if you don't have anything to suggest, then you just hating at that point.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree
like, you know
with
what I'm saying?
Okay, got you. So you're saying your brother was saying that if you want to tell somebody this is not really good, you better have a suggestion that's better.
Yeah, like say for example, I'm just like, yo, dog, that song is whack. And then they just be like, what don't you like about it? And then people be like, I don't know, you know, I just don't like it. Yeah, and it's like at the end of the day, it's just like, okay. So as an artist, you would just scramble your brain all day trying to figure out like, is it that part? Is it this part? But if I come to you and it's be like, yo, man, I think that your vocals could be a little bit cleaner on that record, or like the beat is not really hitting how it should, like try to change the kick on that. It's more suggestive, like as into what exactly it is that you need to fix. opposed to just me just saying I don't like it in general. So
yeah, that's just hate. That's just negative energy.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't need that. We don't need that.
Yeah,
Yo, you
exactly.
said something earlier that was interesting. You said the reason that being an artist was natural for you is because you have a charismatic attitude.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you need that in order to be an artist?
No, I actually don't. I don't think you need that.
Okay.
Because sometimes I meet people that like really is the quietest one in the room.
Yeah.
But when they get on the mic, it's like,
oh shit.
he's dope. And then sometimes being an artist is what they needed to become that charismatic person. Like to become that person that like could speak to everyone or could like just be themselves. It's all good, man. Don't waste no time, man.
That's an alarm to drop a clip, which I will do after this.
Nah, that's that consistency though.
Always drop.
You need that alarm. Like
I just did the math. We drop 60 clips a week now.
60 clips. That's
a week?
crazy.
A week, yeah.
How do we? Anyways,
It's
that's not.
off camera.
Not working.
That's so interesting. I like that though. Like, becoming an artist can help you develop the attitude. But I feel like there's also a flip side though. I feel like if you're too quiet, you're gonna lose opportunities.
Yeah, definitely for sure. You always want to just like put yourself out there to win. Because if nobody knows, then nobody will know.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Just as simple as that sounds. Like if you're not expressing that you're an artist, or even in your bio, like if your Instagram looks like you're just a regular person, like I'm not really intrigued to figure out what it is that you do as a hobby, or what it is that you do in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just being a regular dude, man. You got to put yourself out there to be who you want to be in the future. Like if you're an artist, be an artist. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be the guy that works at Apple, be the guy that works at Apple. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just be whoever you want to be and show that on your social media.
That makes sense.
I agree.
So we met
so
outside. We set up this interview while we were outside at Iman's release party. Shout out Iman's release
We
party.
outside.
Yeah,
Shout out Iman, man.
How important has been being outside for you?
Yo, it's mad important. I'm not gonna lie, because like when I was younger, I didn't want to be outside. Like I just thought that like my talent would take me to everywhere I needed to be. But I feel like if you just make that connection and be outside, really, I feel like being outside is just networking. Like, you know what I'm saying, in general. Like, so like if you just network and you just go to these events that people set up for you, people are actually expecting you to, introduce yourself and show what you have to show. But if you go to events where people are not doing that, it might come off as weird as, So I feel like being outside just taught me like just to be, there's a time and place for everything, basically. Yeah,
that's a great answer, bro. Because it's like at Iman's release party, there's certain events where you get to a certain level. It's like people in this room aren't usually here for no reason. You know what I mean? Like it's like there's a reason why you're in this rooms. So it's like if you make it to a certain level of things, then it's like at that point where being outside is valuable. You know what I mean? But at these most entry level, anybody could be on the stage type of things. A lot of times people aren't doing shit. So then being outside is a waste of time. So yeah, I definitely feel that.
It's definitely different levels of outside.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you a fan of showcases now, or are you beyond that?
I'm really into throwing my own shows now. Okay. That's really what we on now. Okay. Like just putting together our own events and just kind of getting people to come out.
How's that been going for you?
It's been going really well. Like we've been throwing a lot of events. We've been going to a lot of events, being part of a lot of events, and like it's just the outcomes has been great. I'm not gonna lie.
How do you approach it? How do you go from like, all right, I want to have an event to actually getting the event on stage? You kind of just figure out exactly what event you want to throw. Like if it's a show, kind of just figure out like what artist you want to have a part of it. What do you like? I feel like there's always just has to be a reason why you're doing something. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're just doing something just because it's Tuesday, what's today? Wednesday? Just because it's Wednesday, it won't really have a meaning. But like if I release a project and I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna throw a show around that project, it kind of gives your content purpose. It gives everybody the reason why everybody there purpose. You know what I'm saying? Just setting your supporters up to basically have a reason to support and have a cause for why they're actually supporting. Got you. What about working with the promoter of the show, like the owner of the venue? Like, how's that been going for you in terms of like having those conversations?
It's been going pretty good. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like they expect a lot from you as an artist. Like, you know what I'm saying? As far as like bringing people in, as far as just packing out the spot, and it's just having good music in general. Like not playing that whack shit. So
okay, yeah.
Which one do they prioritize more, good music or bringing people in? Have you in your experience?
You want the political answer? Or like,
no,
you want
keep it real here.
Keep it real, bro. They only care about bringing people in.
It's
like,
a fucking business.
Yeah, business.
It's a fucking business.
But I mean, it's easier for you to bring people in if you have good music. Like, you know what I'm saying? You especially bring new people in.
Yeah.
Is that the biggest thing that brings people in?
Nah, I think really just the consistency of like you being you, and like I said, allowing people to have a reason to support you. That's the biggest thing that bring people in.
What would be an example of a reason to support an artist?
Shit, I mean, they on the Encore Podcast, like, you know what I'm saying? Support.
Yeah.
Subscribe. You feel me? Yes. Okay.
Nah, I think a lot of things, like if they drop a new merch, we got merch coming soon. If they dropping a new project, no more Broken Hearts on the way. If they doing a lot of stuff, you know, dropping content consistency. I said 60 videos a day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those are things
a week.
A week?
Yes.
Oh, I'm about to
Cross
say.
platforms.
That's pretty good. That's still pretty good.
That's what I realized.
So platforms,
when it comes to shows, I'm sure a lot of artists or just people in general have thrown an event and like they haven't gotten the feedback they want. A lot of times you drop a post or you drop an album, you're not seeing the feedback you want. So
20 likes, 6 views.
Yeah, for sure. So you had a caption the other day that said something about when your efforts aren't matching the reception that you're expecting.
Yeah.
So how do you think about it when you try something, you put your all into it, you think it's great, but it's not being received the way you want it to?
I'm actually kind of happy about it, to be honest. My perspective is very...
Sorry, cut you off. That you're happy that it wasn't received? Like, what do you mean by that?
I'm happy that I was able to take the opportunity for it not to be received. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm happy that I actually did it. Like, you know, I was happy that I'm actually able to fail. Like, I feel like a lot of people are just afraid to fail, so they won't even do it at all. So like the fact that I did it and failed, like that's an accomplishment for me enough just to say that I did it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Why do you feel like so many people are afraid to fail, especially artists?
Because it's scary, bro. Like, just being 100%. Like, it's scary, bro. You don't wanna and you know what it is? I realized about being an engineer too. You only get one chance to make a first impression. So like as an artist, if you come out the gate and your music is so, people might not really be like excited to hear anything else that you do along the line. So you want to make a good first impression. So a lot of people are afraid to fail because they don't want to mess up their impression with that potential fan.
Do you think it'd be better to put out a like mid impression or just wait until your shit is fire?
I think as long as if your impression is mid, as long as you have that target audience that you're going for, then it's not an issue. But if you're just putting out stuff just to say, hey, I released a video today, and there's no reason for you really to put out that content, then that's when I think it kind of gets lost in the sauce of like, okay, this guy, he's consistent, but consistently doing what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or consistently, like, what is it? Like, one day it's music, the next day it could be like some reaction video or like, you know what I'm saying? Or something like... Yeah. Kind of like just not within their niche, like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's very important too, like just...
That makes sense.
Okay.
So when it comes to releasing your art, when you're not getting the reception that you want, do you take that as in it's not working, or do you kind of feel like how do you approach that? Because sometimes the fans don't even know what they want at times, so or they're not used to a sound, and you have to get them used to it. Like,
I don't think I'll take it as like it's not working. I just kind of always look at the approach. Like, how exactly, I think about when did we do it? How do we do it? What exactly did we do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's always different approaches that you could take as far as releasing something. And I think that even still, like, especially when it comes to singles and stuff like that, a lot of artists give up on their music way too early. Like, if you put out a song and the first 2 weeks it doesn't do 10,000, I think the song is whack, and then you just go on to the next single. Like, now you have to work those records. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just remember days when like artists, it would literally take like 6-7 months for you to get the album, and you'll be super excited about a single, but then like as the album was getting out, they would put out another single. It's just like it's a build up. I think that build up element of it is really like what's missing. Artists just want to pop it and blow, like, and it's out of here.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Fact. Speaking on that too, like, one of my questions, which I ask in damn near every interview, is on artist mistakes. What are some other things you see artists do that just shoots them in the foot?
Like I did say, giving up too early. I think that artists just basically don't allow themselves to fail. That's the best way I could put it. Like, allow yourself to basically make these mistakes and allow yourself to just be courageous enough to take these risks. With that, if it doesn't work out, then we're just back to the drawing board. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No hard feelings.
Yeah. I also think artists like make a lot of mistakes with basically not like getting, like, they skip steps. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like when it comes to releasing music, like when you go to the studio and you record, that's not the final version of the song. Like, you know what I'm saying? You really have to sit down with a producer or engineer that understands your sound and get your sonics to sound exactly how you want it to sound.
Okay, you mean in the actual music they skip steps?
Yeah,
I thought you meant by the marketing.
Well, I think that all ties in though, because if you skip any steps, then the next step is gonna be messed up. So I think that if your music is not up to par, or how is the marketing gonna be up to par? You know what I'm saying? If something sounds shitty, then just because you did a animation cover, 3D, whatever, it's still gonna be shitty audio in the back. Or
what's your opinion on someone like an X though, who came out with fucking, to an industry standard, atrocious sounding music, but pop though?
I think it has worked.
Yeah.
Like, you look at artists like you say XXX, but then you also say like an artist like Max B. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all his shit sounded kind of like gritty and like just sounded like it just he literally just said it yesterday out of like the craziest, tapiest machine. Like, but that's the authenticity of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like if that's your sonics, then stick to your sonics. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because yeah, like if the whole album sounds like that, overall it won't sound bad. But if like one or two songs, one sounds super loud, one sounds super low, one your vocal sounds like super crispy, and then the next one, like, it's the consistency within like just taking those steps to get your music and your product to be exactly what the fans expect and be exactly what you want it to be.
That makes sense. Yeah. So in your experience as an artist, is there anything that you feel like a major label or a label in general would be able to provide you that you're missing?
Marketing, man.
Dollars.
That machine, like that machine, we need that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah.
It's hard to beat.
How would you want to like work with them? How would you see your interactions with a label being?
I think my interaction will be just like a partnership. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm very self-efficient myself. So I think that like basically like when I get with any label, it's gonna have to be like either 50-50 or, you know, hopefully 10-90, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
90% over here,
sure.
but
definitely. Yeah, you mentioned earlier that you were stepping into videography and you want to be like a full on, like, handle all your content yourself.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, why is that so important to you?
Consistency. I think a lot of times when I work with a videographer or anything like that, it's just the rollout ideas and the rollout expectations doesn't really get met. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times videographers have other projects and other things that they're doing that's going on, so they don't really get the opportunity to lock in with the artist. Opposed to like being an engineer, like, you know, I'm doing it right same day.
Yeah.
So I feel like me having control of my videos, it'll be on me to when they come out, when they how they look, like every aspect of it. Basically, I'm just trying to just take back control.
That makes sense. So you're dabbling now in editing and all that type of stuff?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of been editing for a long time, but like now I'm really just like 100% getting into it.
So in terms of video recording, you have like a videographer that you work with a lot that you would trust in terms of, you know, because like you buy a camera, somebody has to operate it. So you like working with one of your boys.
We still trying to figure that out. I feel like I literally just hit a lick and got my camera the other day.
Yeah.
So it's just like basically I'm still just trying to just figure everything out.
Yeah.
Like I'm still trying to just situate myself with what I have right now, and then I'm gonna just figure out like with the videos. But we got a lot of hands on deck. Like, you know what I'm saying? My whole family's creative. So
really?
like any day I can just hit one of my brothers up or anybody just to
your blood brothers?
Yeah. Facts. Pull up and come through, and then we get the shit done.
Oh yeah, dope. Damn, that's dope. So I'm sure that really helps with the cost of things a lot. So, but like you've invested a lot in your career, not to cut you off, but you've invested a lot into your career. You have a studio now as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely want to talk on that. But like, how did you handle like the upfront cost of being an artist and a producer?
Well, I started at an early age, you know what I'm saying? So like while people were buying like Xboxes and stuff like that, I was buying equipment. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I got to the age that I am now, or like even a little bit younger than this, I already had a lot of the stuff that I needed, just because like I was spending my coin on my career at an early age. So the adjustment when I got older, the adjustment wasn't really too uncomfortable because I was just so used to doing that on a daily.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Next studio is gonna be soundproof.
Hopefully. Yeah. So tell us about your studio though. You are an owner of it? You running it? Like how's that work for you?
Well, it's me and my partner, Mark Sinister. We run Hit Cave Studios out in Yonkers.
Yes, sir. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we just getting it crazy. We got a series right now called Caved In that's going super crazy.
Oh, word?
Yeah. We just started a series called Caved In.
That's a good name. I like that.
Yeah.
Inspired. Like, is it like Kenny Beats type of thing? Like inspired by his series?
It is, but it's like, we actually were, to be honest. It is. What it is though, we're not actually creating the record with the artist. We kind of want to catch the artist within our studio in their most naturalist vibe, just to show people like that here's a place where you could come through and then like, you know what I'm saying, like get what you need to get done, and you don't have to feel any animosity or have to worry about any ops or anything. You know what I'm saying? Don't have to worry about like just being in a situation where you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. Are you protective of who you let in your studio in any way, or do you just like whatever?
I mean, I'm protective of who I work with in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not really feeling you, you know what I'm saying? Pause on that. But if I'm not really feeling your vibe,
yeah.
If I'm not really feeling your vibe, I don't really like. You know what I'm saying? I always try to give everybody that first chance. But if I'm not really feeling the vibe after that, I kind of gotta.
See, how do you handle that? You straight up say like, "Yo, gang," like.
I can't really say, you know what I'm saying, because I still use that, so I don't want to. I'll tell you after this.
Okay. I
respect it. I respect. You can't give away.
I'm telling myself right now.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
You want 10 DMs like word, bro? Like
yo, you said that to me yesterday, bro. You was lying, bro. Like,
nah, for real.
Damn, I really want to know after this.
Yo, one other thing. Do you feel like for an artist, right, an upcoming artist, do you think building out their own studio is worth the money and time?
It depends on your work ethic, to be honest, because if you're gonna like, I know a lot of people that be like, like thinking about it, it is the most cost efficient thing, but I feel like it costs you more if you have the equipment and don't use it than to actually like going out and buying it and learning out how to do everything yourself. Because I know a lot of people that like have all the equipment in the world, but they just be like, yo, I got all that stuff at the crib, but I'm still trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Yeah. You're going to wind up having to pay somebody like me to come through and get it right for you. So I feel like if you're going to do that, for all the case that may be, you may as well just build with somebody at the studio and be able to like, you might be able to focus on different things. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you're going to, yes, it makes sense if you're going to actually put the time in to learn the equipment and get it to where you need it to be. But no, it's not if you're going to just invest and just be and have all the stuff and not use it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
If you're going to use it, then if you're going to have it, then make sure you use it to your fullest advantage.
I agree.
Word. One last question for you before we hit our jar that you don't know about, but you better
a jar.
Yeah, we got a jar. I bet. So if there's just like one thing that you wish you knew when you started, what would it be? And I don't know, you can answer from a producer perspective or artist perspective, or
I think I'm gonna just answer that from like a side perspective, because it's kind of like all one person.
Sure, yeah.
But I think that there's one thing that I knew is if one thing that I wish I knew is that on the other side of fear is greatness. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when I was younger, coming out as an artist, I let fear get in the way of a lot of my decisions and a lot of the opportunities that I had. Like I took certain opportunities I know, like I was only willing to take those opportunities that I knew would have great outcomes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, this person is behind it, then we lit. Or, all right, this person is doing it, then like, all right, cool. But as I got older, I started to realize that it could be that simplest thing that gets that recognition for you, or allows somebody to discover you and who you are and what you're doing. So like, kind of just knowing that like, whatever you're afraid of, like, don't let that fear make the decision for you. Make any decisions you want, but just don't make the decision to not do it because you're afraid.
Amazing answer, bro.
Fuck with that. Hell yeah.
I don't have the jar.
Yeah, I got the jar.
The jar. I was looking around.
All right, so this is our jar of deep ass questions.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start introducing it like this.
Fuck it.
I thought you had a megaphone for a second.
Yeah, nah. This is like the deep ass question.
We've asked this question in the last 5 interviews.
Okay, yeah.
That one's
Question.
We gotta shuffle it up more.
Shuffle.
All right, yeah, because I asked the last one, so all right. All right. I don't know if I did fucking anything, but
even if shuffling up, y'all should just get new questions every interview. You know what I'm saying? Take one out, replenish.
I pulled
yeah, we could do that.
I literally just pulled what you asked.
Wow, yeah.
What do you wish you knew before you started?
Oh, damn.
Fuck that one. I got two.
We're fucking up.
Y'all just throwing these cards.
It is what it is. All right, you ready?
Yeah, man.
You got some?
Nah, bro. Oh, sorry.
Oh, y'all both asked the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we got
we're gonna do two
so,
each. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. So, what do you think was your biggest financial mistake in your career?
My biggest financial mistake? Damn, that's a good question. Damn, that's really hard because I'm like a super frugal person. Mm-hmm. So I think I really take time to think about everything that I do with my money before I do something with it.
Okay.
So like, it's hard for me to say mistake because if I feel like I took that risk, I was very very just thinking about it for a very long time. So I don't feel like it was a mistake at all. I don't really look at like things as mistakes.
Okay.
I could tell you my biggest investment, you know what I'm saying, was probably be my studio set up at the crib.
Okay.
But I don't think I really made any like crazy mistakes. Yeah,
no, like $3,000 Balenciagas or something like that.
Nah, man, we make our own clothes, man.
What has been the biggest internal challenge you have faced in your career?
The biggest internal challenge that I faced in my career was 100% believing in all the decisions that I make as an artist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'm very cautious about everything has to be perfect or everything has to have a good outcome. Like kind of what we were speaking on earlier. But I think that that's like one of my biggest challenges is just being 100% in with what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. I like that.
Sense. Okay. I respect that.
So second question, what do you never want to do again in your career?
What do I never want to do again in my career?
Yeah.
Work with a whack ass artist. You know what I'm saying? That's something I never want to do again, ever again. Ever. If you whack, don't come to me, man.
Yeah. Was there a time in your career where like you were doing things with your boys just because they were your boys and you weren't into their art?
Well, I was kind of
yeah, maybe it's
it was.
Yeah.
I'm not here to diss anybody. You know what I'm saying? We run a respectable business here at Hit Cave, so like I feel like all the music that we make is good. But I just feel like early in my career when I was a kid, we were just doing kid things. Like, you know what I'm saying? We used to make parody mixtapes and stuff like that. Like, just go crazy. Like, it was fun. It was a fun time. So I just kind of it helped me as an engineer because it kind of got me into that. Like, people do this for their own rec too. Like, sometimes people do just play around too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
definitely.
It helped me cope with not so good artists, being a not so good artist myself.
It happens. It happens. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
If you had to describe your music career in 3 words, what would you say?
I would say it's a journey.
Yeah.
Word.
That's going, man.
Shit.
Last question tonight. Last question. Yeah, I think what we were looking for was 3 separate words, but that works.
That
right?
works too.
That works too.
3 separate words?
It doesn't need to be. Bro,
I
had that question to Dotto and he said fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's only 2. Fucking awesome.
It be like that sometimes, yo.
It's fucking Dotto. Shout out Dotto.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Yeah, you wrote that question, so you know what you were looking for. Anyways, last question tonight, bro. This was a great interview, by the way.
Thanks, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, for sure. What do you want your legacy to be as an artist?
I just want to inspire as many artists as I can.
Other artists?
Yeah. Just to do everything that they want to do and not just what people tell them to. It's really important for me to just basically do exactly what I want to do so that people can see that it's possible. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the biggest things that I want to do. Leave as a young legend. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say young legend, as an older legend too, because, you know, we living for a very long time out here. But as a legend in general, I just want to just be able to inspire as many people as I can.
Mm-hmm. That's a great answer, bro.
Hell yeah.
I got a lot of great answers, man.
Yeah, you 100% do, bro.
We definitely got some clips in this one. So, yeah, bro, I appreciate you coming through.
Yo,
my dog.
You already know it's always love.
Yes, sir. Could you tell the people where to find you on social media?
SavTheGenius, SavTheGenius. Everywhere you want to find me, just look up SavTheGenius. You'll find me somewhere.
Yes,
fake page, real page. It's gonna be a real page though, but you'll find it.
It happens, but yo, episode 55, Encore Pod with Sav the Genius. I know you like that. I know you learned something. I know you enjoyed it. So subscribe to the channel. Tap in with us. Tap in with Sav. And
yes, sir.
Yeah, this shit was fire.
Yeah, it did.
I appreciate y'all watching.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Nice. We out of here. Yeah. Bow.